there. Give us a little talk, somebody that's not in the room with us.
Oh.
Oh, good. Yeah, got a nice big hi volume for you guys. You're coming through nice and loud, nice and clear.
Good.
On the OBS, by the looks of things anyway. But you can never really tell until the OBS recording comes out. Because it's mean.
And then it comes out sounding like a Smurf.
Yeah, or we're not sounding Smurfy today, are we at all? Like we're high-pitched or fast-forwarded? That's
not yet.
No, not yet.
That's novel.
But I did touch the laptop.
Is that your new character voices?
It's when you... Yeah, I was about to say when you find the underground coven of gnomes. I don't know why gnomes always come out northern with me. I don't know why.
I don't know. Or Scottish.
Dwarves are Scottish in my head.
That's yours.
Dwarves are normally Scottish with me. But like, yeah, because when we were playing... What were we playing the other day? The one with Ali.
ttrpg.
The one we played on the table. What were we playing? Ice Spire Peak bit. The gnomes in that were all northern. Right, record on this computer.
Recording in progress.
Recording in progress.
Oh no!
If everybody's ready, we can start. But we'll start when everybody's ready and settled and got sheets. But I just thought I'd get it ready.
Because it's going on my nerves.
Tie me down, sport. Turn her loose.
You're annoying me already, and it's only just gone 8 o'clock.
And I haven't even spoken to Charles yet.
I know. Don't do that, or I'm going to leave very quickly.
Well, you've got possibly two of the most annoying characters to interact with today, Charles and Rita.
Oh,
hello, everybody.
do I have to?
Welcome to Critically Average Adventures, and welcome to the section of that ensemble that we like to call the Fragments. Is a D&D 5e campaign I'm playing with my friends, and these are my friends.
Hello.
It has been a little wee while since we have played. Oh no. Because we have had family things, and then I have had the lurg, and I was
You were
very
gross.
pretty. I was very moist time for me.
Plague.
Yeah, very, very moist time for people.
Don't describe your illness as moist.
There was a lot of damp.
No.
There was.
Oh.
And now we're back.
You nasty.
And I'm marginally less damp.
You're saying it just to annoy me now, aren't you?
It's only fractionally different. It's really
I've never heard anyone say I've got a cold as I'm a bit moist.
Yeah. Very moist.
How
are you feeling?
Describe an illness
I'm
as
terrible.
Moist.
I'm very moist.
Don't ever describe an illness as moist.
I know.
Like,
Well, I have now. It's happened.
I
It exists.
like the concept of it getting. I got a bit better. I'm just a bit damp now.
Yeah.
Yes,
Look,
I know.
it's out in the ether now. It's happened. It's gone. It's a real thing. It's happened. Where did we leave our lovely heroes? So our lovely heroes had done a whole load of stuff. They'd stopped the town of Monsal from being burnt to a cinder. They had defeated the evil Kenku known as Tacton, or the White Dove. They'd come out from in that horrible thing and rested at the castle, then gone and found some interesting people to maybe help Charlie raise his owl bear cub, known as Eggy, still. They met the interesting...
I thought you'd named Eggy.
No, I don't think so.
I thought you had.
No, I think we were debating what to name Eggy.
I think we discussed various options, but we decided Eggy was...
Eggy up until now. And then you'd met Rita, who is an assistant to the Frujar polar bear sanctuary. They also mentioned the owner of Frujar, which is Somdig Frujar, who is the founder of that sanctuary. And then you'd gone back to the castle, met Jim, threatened Jim.
You missed out a whole bit.
Which bit did I miss out?
We went to see a cobbler trader.
Oh yeah, you went to see the Malice Dokkan, who is Erwin's mentor and teacher, and he told you some spooky evil stuff about the adventures that he had as a younger adventurer over the edge, over the rim of the end of the world, as it is often referred to at full view. The other place to get there is Widderclasp as well. And
Quite literally, I may have seen them all firsthand.
yeah. The Ring of Teeth, the mountains that surround a lavaous magma fire burning region of hellish creatures, things not of this plane. Then to the castle they went, and hung out with some people, nearly killed Jim.
Had a party with Mama Oost.
Had a nice little party, and Mama Oost was impressed with Malice's robotic legs. Then
Oh yeah, yes.
and then
Forgot about that.
and then Killian snuck off.
I didn't sneak off.
You kind of you went to the other party.
I went to go hang out with kids.
Yeah, you went out to go and hang out with the kids.
I went to go hang out with people my age, mentally.
Shrunk yourself down, got inside their little base, fed them giant croissants,
Oh, yeah.
and asked them a few questions, did a few magic tricks, impressed them somewhat. They're kind of in awe of you a bit now. And that's where we're going to kind of come into the game. You do, however, have a time constraint I'd like to just remind you of. You have agreed to meet with Rita at the tomorrow's dawn, basically. So you've had a day when you met her in the marketplace. You agreed 2 days. So you've got that day, this day that we're about to play, and then on the next dawn you're due to meet them at the gates. To travel north-easterly towards Frujar and possibly Shardfall. No,
Can you just do me a favour? Where is it we're going again?
Frujar.
Say it again.
Frujar.
It's when you go, Fruja!
Frujar. Something Frujar.
It just makes me swallow.
Or Shardfall.
Are we not? Am I not right in thinking that on that route there is Kanzak?
Sorry?
Is Kanzak's not on that route?
No.
Okay.
Do you want me to just drop? I've dropped the map in the Discord if you want to have a quick poke at that.
Ooh.
I can drop it in there if I haven't dropped it in there now. I can go over to it and do it new. Okay, let me just drop it in there.
Have you not done that?
I'll just double check.
Right,
If not, I can just go
let's have like
poop it in
no.
there. No, okay, I'll go and pop it in there now.
The last thing it said is Beanie just slid into the server.
Is it on the maps tab though?
I don't know. Let's,
Maps.
maps.
No.
No.
Okay, I'll just drop
Take some pics.
maps.
See. Yep.
I'll just quickly get it off the other server and I'll drop it in there for you guys, okay?
Not a problem.
Because I haven't. It's on the other laptop. The one that now doesn't work, so. Not the one that Beanie infested.
How?
That one's just got a power supply problem, but I've got to buy a new power supply.
All I have to do is tap it.
Yeah, it's true.
I wouldn't dare touch the webcam. If I broke that webcam, I would be in big
So
trouble.
there is the map. You are at Mordensow. You're heading northeasterly-ish. If you're heading to Fujar. Or you can skim Shardfall, but this map is a representational map. There is not a scale really here.
So
My favourite.
Mordensow, the big place.
No, wait, okay.
Yeah.
I forget where we are.
That's all right. That's fine. That's for you to explore. Okay, so I'd like to know, where did you sleep, Killian Norn? Where did you sleep last night?
Excuse me.
I need to know these things. Did you camp down with the kids?
No.
Okay.
I invited the kids back into the castle
Mhm.
so that they weren't getting cold sleeping in their den.
There was some haranguing at this. They were quite determined that they were camping out.
I
You can
threatened
have,
to eat
like,
all their
you
breakfast.
can build forts in the castle.
You
can
what?
build you can build a blanket fort in the castle.
Exactly.
Is that what you did?
Yeah, and I threatened to eat their breakfast if they didn't come inside.
Yeah, these kids are quite stomach motivated, being street kids.
Being kids.
being
Just
children in general, but
kids.
especially being
We don't want to go in. I got sugary treats. Where do they go? Oh, they're inside the one. Okay, fine.
and they eventually come with you. Do you sleep in the blanket fort?
No, I wait until they're asleep. Like, properly asleep, not pretending to be asleep like little kids do.
Make a perception check.
These are street kids. They sleep one eye open all the time.
Nope. What was that?
An 8.
Oh, yeah, no.
Um,
I thought it was a 3. I got really
you
excited
think
then.
you've got them all to sleep, and you crawl out, and you're walking down the corridor away, trying to get to your room.
Do I hear them?
You don't hear them because you rolled a 4. You get to your room.
I got a 5.
You get to your room. You start to unrobe, and then you, just over the corner of your shoulder, you see a little goblin riding your tail.
I just like hook my claw into his like jacket shirt thing that he's got on, and I'm just like,
I think he got his nostril for a second. I was like, what?
in his ear.
Come here, you. What?
No, in like
In
you
the
know, like
shirt
the back
collar,
of his
yeah.
shirt, like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, it's get in, and I'm just carrying back to the blanket fort.
Oh, I was gonna snuggle down. Oh.
My bed. This is yours.
I imagine that blanket fort has been made under the dining table that attaches to the kitchen.
Yeah.
Right, that's under that
I half
table.
expected it to be in the throne room.
Yeah, so it does. So
Like in the
the
king's tower.
king comes in and goes, what is going on?
Who has fortified my throne with a blanket? You eventually get him to go back in the thing.
A throne room blanket fort would be epic.
In those high ceilings, just
Quite
imagine
literally.
how many chairs you could stack. Yeah, it's going to be like a health and safety nightmare, but it's going to be amazing for. Eventually, you get some sleep.
As elves of safety, you've got to be careful of them.
Is that what everyone's doing? I'll just check that everyone is going to get a night's sleep.
Yeah.
Unless anybody wants to take a nice level of exhaustion.
Yeah, I think I should get some sleep.
And you do. And it's a peaceful night. Safe behind the king's walls.
Mm.
And you wake on the morrow, and it is up to you what you would like to do to prepare yourselves for a journey to.
It was annoying me. I could see it out the corner of my eye. I was like, no.
We should probably go and tell the king what we're going to do.
Yeah.
True.
Well, you can go do that. I'm gonna go to Mama and get food
Okay.
for the journey.
Yeah, breakfast. Okay, you're gonna.
No, not breakfast.
May I interject and state that we were going to speak to Lord Leven about his capture.
Yeah.
You had the kids to talk to. You had Leven to talk to, and you were going to try and look at the area
Centre of the fire, see where the fire came
where
from.
the
yes.
fire started, if you could. I think, yeah. If the
That was my personal desire to see it. Yeah.
yeah, you've got a day to do so. It sounds like those things are easy to squeeze into a day to me.
Are we also? I thought there was also some discussion about going in with the royal people to White Bird Man hideout.
Oh,
Basically, rocking up with the royal guards and
all
sort of
days.
To go to all days.
All days.
basically make sure if he's actually dead or if he was just using the illusion of him or what.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we don't know if actually him or they're just using his image or what.
Yeah. Toby, stop begging. Put your
Okay,
head down.
so yeah, Mama Oost says,
Head down.
Don't you worry, we laddie. We shall sort you out. Don't worry. She has a really big smile on her face.
Why?
Insight check.
Bow, bow, bow. I've got cool cats in my head now. I hate you.
You're welcome.
Did Malice stay here as well?
What's your insight?
12.
You might say she's glowing.
Oh God.
Oh, no. No. Good for him. Good for him.
It's the way all of us are like, oh.
He's
Yeah,
a handsome man.
There's a
Rich and
glow.
handsome.
She's humming. I
The
mean,
best
she
part.
normally sings, but normally it's some sort of something quite staccato and dwarvish, almost like a battle anthem. But this morning, this is more melodic. You might expect these kind of hums and beautiful crescendos to come from an elven bard, rather than the throats of a stocky dwarven
Yeah, I
lady.
don't want to know.
No, well, I'm just telling you. You rolled the insight.
It's just like, why? I regret
And she
asking
says, she says, "Don't worry, now we'll sort you out. I'll get some backup for you."
Why'd she say we? Oh God, is he there helping?
You don't see Malice.
Was that me? Oh, it's me.
You do not see Malice in the kitchen. Ugh. What would you like? So yeah, you eat breakfast. You are at the same table.
Are the kids with us?
The kids are under the table at the other end. They're eating their breakfast in the fort at the other end.
Just why not?
And they keep looking out every now and then. A little arm comes out for the pat of butter. And then it's back. There's only half a pat of butter.
Cool.
And next time they go to, I'll see an arm coming up over the table. I'll like swipe the thing away and replace it with something else that they did not want.
Pickle. The hand's doing this.
Oh God!
The hand's
Start looking
searching.
around for things like that. Brilliant, fantastic. Look, I got a pineapple. Stick a pineapple on the
Yes, I just do that. I just start playing silly little games with them.
And then there's
You
like
put
a
Eggy
there's a
over there.
little human face comes out. Mr. Killian, really?
And I'm just sat there eating like.
Make a deception check.
Oh yeah, totally exactly the same. It's like just what?
Deception.
Really?
See if they think it's you or not.
Go away, Richard. Deception.
Yeah.
Oh no.
They know it's you. They're just like you try.
They know it's me because I'm attempting to use a knife and fork. I'm like,
Yeah, they look at you and they're like, "We know it's you."
And I'm literally looking at him, going, really? That's the best you can do?
And like, there's a little smirk on the other side of the dragon mouth, like that Erwin can see. Like this side of the face is like squeezing to be deadpan, but then this side that you can see, looking straight on Erwin, is like this wicked sort of like chuckling grin, I imagine.
yeah.
And like then eventually that spreads to the other side, and then the kids like throw a muffin at you.
He probably catches out of the air with his teeth.
I was going to say the thing is, I catch it and just bite. I'm like,
And then
without even like flinching or
just
anything. It's like,
And then they go back in, and then they're chatting away. Yes, they are they're present with you in this space.
They're present. To answer your question.
That started as, and the kids there. And it's just this whole thing, and then yes, they are present.
Yeah, that's what's this.
They are certainly a presence.
Discussing making that room feel alive. That's what it was.
Yeah.
What would you like to ask these children, Jackson?
Well, we should probably see Lord Leven as soon as possible if we are to head out, just in case he has any insights that we modify our plans for the day.
Well, I reckon these guys should come with us too, because they might have stuff that triggers other memories in each other.
Ah, that's a good idea.
I
Think about that.
semi-concur. Not all memories are nice.
You mean us? Comes from under the.
Yeah.
All right. We'll come. Where are we going?
We're going to go and see Lord Leven.
Lord Leven. Oh, the one what does all the taxis and that?
The one we rescued.
Oh. Oh, okay. I suppose.
I bend down under the table and make, because are they still under the table?
Yeah,
Or are they,
yeah, they've never come out of that.
It's like I just lean under the table and I'm like, "There's treats in it for you."
We were going anyway, but you sweetened the deal.
Do they still have the weapons I gave them?
Yeah, you gave them like little knives and stuff, didn't you?
One gave them a dagger and one gave the hand axe to them.
Yeah, they've still got them. They are they're using the axe to butter the muffin.
You do it one go. Done.
They do everyone's in one go.
Oh, this kid just running up and down with an axe. Yeah.
Oh.
I might have a word and see if I can get someone to teach you how to use them properly.
What,
That
like
is not
become
anything
adventurers, like warriors? Quite fancy myself a bit of a warrior. Swinging an axe, butter
Fucking
covered.
butter
Yeah,
everywhere.
butter everywhere. Everyone's shins are now buttery.
Buttery shins.
I just pick the who is it that's got the axe?
It's the tiefling.
I just
Okay.
pick the tiefling up with by the axe.
Oh no! Don't take it, Mr.
Right.
Gilliam.
Stop swinging it round.
Okay.
It's not a toy.
Goes back to buttering the muffin.
It's just like the last thing we need is anyone's like shins
Mm.
going,
Yeah.
being taken out by this tiefling with a hand axe.
You do when your shins peeled.
No,
Not first
at
thing in the
all.
morning.
So,
More likely is he's going to swing it backwards and it's just going to crack him in the head.
Get chop one of their friends' heads off.
Mum, and do you know where Lord Leven is being looked after?
He's been looked after. Well, like I said, we made sure Illin had nothing to do with it. I believe he's in one of the rooms being accommodated in the King's Tower.
Okay.
Kept close. I mean, I think even the King has actually been to his bedside.
He has literally. It makes sense. The king's kingdom has only been kept together mostly through his own interactions, his interventions.
The King holds mouth in high regard.
He should.
Walk on over to the King's Tower.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
breakfast is finished. You gather the kids.
why do I have a feeling that I've got like a kid on my back, one swinging off an arm and the other one hanging on to my tail?
Because
Could you-
Because
Mum.
that's exactly what's happening right now.
It was just when it was we gather the kids, I was like, why do I have a feeling it's me?
and as you're walking,
You stand up and say he's like Power Rangers, kung, 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 just
like-
glued himself to you.
as
Like armour.
yeah, like Mighty Morphin.
Yeah.
As you're walking along,
I can imagine it's like
waves
Power
last year.
Rangers. You know when the Power Rangers get really big?
Yeah, the swords.
But that's just like these giant, like a giant goblin child and a giant tiefling and a human just like. One of them wielding a hand axe. Like,
Yeah, like riding the back of it. That would be some brilliant art to draw. As you're walking out, as you're walking along, like bedraped with kids, you hear a chuckle
Draped.
next to you.
Charlie?
is it Charlie?
It's Charlie.
Why is he giggling?
Well, he's got his little sleepy owl bear, like fast asleep
Meant
in
to
the
be the
papoose.
three kids, like,
And he's like, Killian Norn, I honestly didn't. I didn't think I'd see the day. Well,
I turned to Jackson and go, new parents.
Charles says, I've seen a new side of you, Killian, and I'm sorry. I think I underestimated you.
it's like at this point I just grabbed the tiefling because they're hanging off my arm by the hand axe. Like, wee! And I'm just like, put it down and it just jumps back on me.
Yeah. And Charles smiles and nods.
But I do it all while looking at Charles like,
You put on a good show, Killian. You really do.
there's funny people my mental age. I'm like,
But I can see
Jackson,
that
who do you
beneath that
think?
cold exterior,
Who do I think what?
there's a heart.
Who's got? Which of those two has the greater proficiency with child wielding?
Make a child handling check.
I mean, an owlbear cub. That's got some teeth and claws to it. But I don't know, wielding a hand axe might have the edge.
So
I think
you're
they've also got the number advantage.
It's true. You're right. Yeah. And that goblin kid, sneaky kid.
reminds me of some other person. I quite
some other goblin.
um
No, don't tell me that.
moving across the grounds to the King's Tower. There are guards
Quietly.
there.
Can I keep my eye open for Carla?
Carlo.
He's a man somewhere, apparently. He's arrived.
There are the decent guards upon the door. Part of Carleth's crew, you think, on the door.
Are these the ones I was buying drinks in Southgate?
Southgate, yeah. There was an instant recognition. A nod of the head. Good day.
We're off to see Leven, see if he remembers anything.
Lord Levin's inside.
Is Carlos about at all today?
Yeah, he's in with His Majesty.
Okay. We'll go check on him then.
Of course. And they get the door for you. They're not the smartest of folks, but they are
No, kidding this. Gonna take advantage of it anyway. Carry on.
kindly folks, and they're saviours of Mornsale. To the other one, I know. I saw them at the bridge and the dragon. Yeah, I know.
Sorry, again, in my head it was just Killian walks past and there's a tiny little goblin on his tail going, yeah, woo!
What, the Slim Pickens style. Yeehaw! Woo!
But on Killian's tail as he
Yeah.
walks past. And then
Um,
And Charles is last. He's like, don't mind them. He's stroking an owlbear. These guys are like, eyes front, eyes front.
Oh, it's fun. I'm never drinking ever again. It makes you see things, I tells you.
It's like, what the hell did I drink last night?
Was that a goblin riding a dragon's tail? Yeah.
No. Did you
Was
see
it?
that? No, neither did you.
We didn't see nothing.
Like, nope.
If anyone asks, that wasn't an owlbear. They go inside.
Jackson, friends of yours?
They were some of the guards back at Southgate.
Yeah, Jackson got smashed up by one.
That's Carla.
And
such
you
a
still want to
strong
see them?
It was like a friendly training fight thing.
That you got smashed up in.
They made me better. If you can only win fights that, like, if you're only going to fights you know you're going to win, you're just a bully.
Wasn't I in one of them fights too?
You got smashed into.
Yeah.
They were very hard combatants for you to
Yeah.
fight, both of you.
I appreciate the Almighty's writing motif and all that. Though it causes a lot of problems in civilized society, you know. But there's got to be a better way to make friends.
No.
It's a common way of making friends.
Erwin, it's a cultural perspective, I think.
Looking up at Charles and goes, yes, it is.
You beat the snot out of each other, and then you buy each other beers.
And food.
And you can buy food too.
I just
Was I drunk?
talk to people.
Was Charlie drunk that time?
I think Charles was drinking, wasn't he?
I think that's when Charlie got eggy.
Yeah. The morning after Charlie got eggy.
I thought that was. Wait, was that the?
It was the same night that Jax did a drum solo with a
that
natural
was the
20.
festival thingy, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, yeah,
That was Grimish's Eye Festival.
yeah.
Grimish's Eye, or Melora's Eye, as known to most modern Salians.
Anyone that's not an orc.
Yeah, anyone that's not an orc.
Oh, that was the night we made you wear that silly hat.
You bought me a silly hat for a ridiculous amount of money, and then someone cast dancing lights around it so that it had like orbiting planetoids around a giant eyeball hat.
Oh yeah, and we were buying you cocktails.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember now.
And and Charles was the last one, and I was the last one dancing.
Yeah.
What a wonderful evening.
I remember now.
Up into some rooms, and there are servants, and the building work has come on quite a way, but it seems to have all stopped. There are buckets of nails, and there are timbers and things like that in the place, but there is no one working in that way. There are the kind of maids, and there are the messenger boys running to and fro, that kind of
Pages
stuff.
and under
That kind of stuff.
Are they all down at
Underedge.
Underedge? Fixing
No.
up that?
You don't know,
Oh, okay.
but that's a very good assumption.
Yeah.
Can I sort of catch one of the people that are scurrying about?
Yeah, of course.
With you.
Literally cut them.
Make a grapple. Please make a strength athletics check with advantage because it's a small child.
Hell.
You want me to roll?
Yes, I do, but no.
Jackson, you are fine to just approach. No, it's how you approach. You're the player, so you can grab a child if you wish to. Grab a page.
25 on a grapple?
Let's see if they can break the grapple. No. Yeah, they are like, oh, hello.
I'll sort of, lower him down. We're looking for Lord. I assumed I kind of did sort of,
Clothing.
Illin thing and grabbed the. sort of back of his
Okay,
collar.
yeah, sorry.
But they're like that.
Yeah,
You know,
Because it's
Jack's more comfortable with animals, so you grab him by the scruff of the neck.
yeah, just and then he's like
Same
sorted
effect
out.
on humans, yeah.
Is that kind of page outfit where it comes with like the stocking and the ruffled bottom, and,
Nice.
and lots of brass buttons, and pulls it back to proper.
Where's Lord Leven? We're on the way to have a chat with him.
Indicates the room up on the top left.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
doesn't talk.
Sorry.
He doesn't speak to you. No?
Wait,
Him.
wait a second.
Oh,
Do we
no.
recognise him from anywhere?
No,
Okay, so there's a new face about,
it's a new face about, not one you've recognised before. Like,
and he doesn't talk.
not that you've seen.
Okay.
As I sort of let him go and sort of thinking I'll flick him a gold coin.
Thanks. Pockets that. Runs.
Literally runs off.
Yeah.
Wander over to the door on the left.
The door on the left.
Jax, you could just like say "excuse me" instead of trying to lynch somebody. I mean, just a suggestion.
Oh, and like I said, it's a cultural thing.
I think if we ever go and visit,
Oh, if I ever
Jackson's
visit that orc place and someone wants to fight me, I'll fight them. It's not a problem. We're not there. We're here.
I know, but imagine how hard it is to adapt.
No,
We
I think we're sitting-
adapted.
adapting all the time. We adapt all the time.
It's Jax.
Yeah, and I indicate to me and Jackson, I'm like, we adapted.
Yes, you've done very well.
Hey, I don't want to
He's
kill
my kind of
everyone
guy. I
I
love
see
him.
anymore, okay?
I love Charlie.
You're doing ever so well, Killian. I mean, look at you.
and he's still sniggering a little bit under his breath. Right, you enter a room that you're quite familiar with, but only Jackson is quite familiar with the shape of this space. Previously, he had trouble with a door getting into this
Oh, it's where the thingy was.
room. A window has been patched. The door hinges beautifully.
It's where he gave his crowbar away, you know.
I got it back.
Yeah. But
I
it's
still
where
think,
he
I
gave
still
it...
think, out of character, I still think that person was a ghost. I still didn't realise it was a real person. I thought he just gave it to a ghost.
It's where he gave it away, though, isn't it? That's the room. Sorry, I'm trying to think. Like,
That was Dog Killer.
Yeah, it was dog killer that you gave a crowbar to a dog killer.
Which you thought you'd never say. You gave a crowbar to a dog killer.
He didn't
Well,
know.
officially, I gave a crowbar to a guy. He then later became a dog killer.
True. You didn't have the foresight to realise you might kill your dogs. No.
You gave a crowbar to a dog killer. It's how you said it.
Yeah, it was
though.
very
It's like-
accusing. I know. I'm so sorry. So yes, into that room. In bed is laid up a. The room is filled with the scent of burning herbs and incense. All the different things that are used to free a body of ailment. You can smell the application
It
of
Funky shit. Yeah?
poultices and things like that. Sorry, Jax.
Smells like funky shit.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the, you know, like when someone's ill and they like not burn essential oils, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like,
Sometimes burn essential oils, so they get it wrong.
yeah.
you know what I mean though, when they've got like
Heavy
essential.
oil burners. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
They've got those
there's
kind of-
oil
it's-
burners. Someone's
but
been
it's
in there
that-
with some
I have
sage.
visions that it smells like a new age shop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
it's
crystal
that
packaging.
smell.
It's like that, but a little bit
Unless,
more earthy.
unless they burn frankincense, then it doesn't matter what else you're burning. You smell
yeah,
frankincense, and
yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's the only thing you smell.
There's
for about
that,
for weeks.
and then there's the smell
Yeah,
of.
closed in the walls.
You remember that he was chained, and then as you walk closer, you can see that there is some sort of wraps on his wrists that are
What?
a greenish hue, as they've been
Ooh.
bound with a a
I didn't even
leafy
know that long. How did what? Ooh.
They've been bound with a leafy poultice. You make the
Oh, right.
assumption that beneath
The hell?
gangrene. No,
No, it's like the copper's into his arm. How long has he been there?
I've
did we
become
meet?
verdigris.
I think Jax is just going to walk straight across to the window, open the curtains, and like open the window to try and air this place.
Jack has like tried. He literally opened the door, smelt it, closed the door, went, and then just charged it. Like,
Straight to the window, flings it open.
Like me going into Boots and there's the perfume section.
Yeah.
that's how I imagine Jack.
There's a movement in the bed and a kind of awake. Oh,
Morning.
Oh, thank goodness someone's done that. Oh, Jackson, this.
Oh,
Look at me.
ringing.
I smell like a druid.
Don't really think.
I only-
No, not enough time.
I've only met one, and you don't smell like her.
All the druids I've met are much terrible, like all leaves and. Anyway, you're here.
I'm glad to see you in high spirits.
Not being underground, being held captive, does that to one.
How, like, it is. My brain's dying.
10 different sentences.
It's
None
like
of them
how
came
it-
out.
How it,
I'll have to backtrack. So how far along, like, is he healed on his wrist, or is it just like a precaution thing that they've got these things on his
You
wrist
think
now?
that they've done healing magic and things, and these are just to maybe get rid of the visible trauma.
Okay. Is he like still? Is he completely healed from like the ordeal that he went through, or is he?
Like he looks a little bit sallow in the face still, but he's like he's coming round. He looks
Cool.
There's colour. He's been watered and things, so like you think he's on the mend.
Has he had food?
Yes, you definitely think this guy's been fed.
Okay, so that's the I can point at the
Thinking.
the goblin, the tiefling, and the human.
Michelle,
And that's Gilly. I point to the owlbear.
Gilly.
Gilly. She
Okay.
is called Gilly.
It's been called Gilly.
Yeah, I knew
they-
we'd named the owlbear.
Had we?
Yeah.
Had we? I don't remember naming the owlbear. Well, we have now.
I don't have a note. It didn't happen.
Oh, clearly didn't happen. Okay, fair enough. Will I exist in your notes? Do I exist at all?
There is the sneak. Yeah, there was something about an owlbear name, wasn't there? I don't know.
Yeah, because I looked it up.
What did you look up?
I can't remember. Gilly was like, yeah, because I remember it now because I was looking at like Hedwig and
Yeah, we're looking at different names.
yeah,
You
we were
found one
looking
that
at a
sounded
whole
quite
load
cool.
of names and there was Gilly.
Maybe this was out of game.
No,
Okay.
No?
because it was on here.
Okay.
Because I remember because
Gilly. Okay. Are we calling the owlbear Gilly? Let's just
I'm calling owlbear Gilly. Let's see
have
what
it
Charlie
indoor. Let's
thinks.
have owlbear Gilly.
yeah, because it meant something as well, and
Okay.
we were like, yeah,
owlbear
that's
is
the one.
Gilly. As you gesture to Gilly, there is just it's still sleeping, fast asleep. Little paws, little beans, looking
Oh.
underneath, little owlbear beans.
Little beans, deadly talons, little beans.
Deadly talons, hideously sharp beak, drool dripping down. But cute beans. So
It's so cute. It will kill us all.
and it snores and kind of growls at the same time. It's like
Can we train her for as a battle mount for you?
See, I haven't even clicked on anything.
Yeah.
The 35 most awesome owl names with meanings.
yeah, and Jackson says no, and he says to Jackson, I can't speak for Jackson.
Gilfy.
Gilfy.
Meaning miracle.
Gylfie, maybe that was it.
Gylfie.
That sounds better. That's nice.
Yeah, Gylfie.
So, Gylfie and the kids are introduced to Leven, and Leven says,
So, like, they were down in the sewers too, and we're hoping that between the two of you, you might have a clue what was going on down there with, like, the white bird person that wasn't, because he was actually an orc with an amulet.
We just need to get your opinion on what happened down there. What you remember, anything pertinent that might have been to help us capture and rid what mid-modern style of their stink.
Well, who goes first?
says one of the kids.
I believe Lord Leven should go first, and you can back him up or contradict him.
I can certainly go first. Yes, I'm able to. Yes, my head is much clearer now, and well,
Can I just do something? This may sound really, really strange, but I get my dice set out
Mm-hmm.
and I hand it to Lord Leven,
Yep.
and I just
what's
go,
this, Dragonborn?
trust me, whoever's holding the dice set talks. And I indicate to the 3 kids because I know what they're like. And I'm just like, if you don't have it, you don't talk. Unless it's an emergency, and I want you to put... What?
What if we need to go to the bathroom?
Go to the bathroom.
Where's the bathroom?
I don't know. Do I know where the bathroom is here?
There are facilities in the bedrooms provided.
Okay.
They're called chamber pots. There's one under the bed.
Okay, I just point to it.
Wow, porcelain. And they're impressed.
And I just go, right, you haven't got that, you don't talk. But it's not indicating to you guys, it's the 3 kids. I'm like, right.
I'll tell you what I overheard. What things I established. People give quite a bit away sometimes when they think you're going to be dead. I've never felt that afraid, and I have my life, and I have you fine heroes to thank for that. I think I know who may be in league with the dove. Thacklebrow. Archibald Thacklebrow.
Thacklebrow.
THAKELBROW.
He deals in the trade that comes from the Zimrica Lake. Fishing and transport of such goods. The whale meat from Orcafell.
That sounds familiar.
It's on the map. That's why. You've seen it.
It's actually direct. It's slightly south and directly east, past the Shardfall, right on the coast.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I don't tend to look at the maps like when he's drawing them and stuff,
I
so
know.
that I don't know anything before you guys do. That's the thing. So I was like, I try not.
I want to know how you managed to get the name Zincabria Lake. That's a mouthful.
It's Norwegian, I think. I found it in the end.
Yeah.
Or
But ask
Scandinavian.
about Fuzzjar, where the Fuzzjar name came from.
Fuzjar came from my child.
It came from
Oh.
Laura.
So I said, what would the name of a polar bear sanctuary be? And she said, Fuzjar. Who would own it? Somdig. came up with it just like
It
that.
was just like, boom, boom.
There you go, thank you.
It was like, yeah.
Because it's first jar. What else would it be called?
Yeah, no, she just knew immediately who it was and who it wasn't. It was when she was about, I don't know, 4.
Yeah.
She just came up with it.
She comes up with weird shit, like, I don't know where she gets it from.
The sentient blood cloud is still freaking me out.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
don't know where she gets her weird brain from. Right, sorry, carry on.
I believe it to be Thackelbrow. I heard the name mentioned echoed in the tunnels when they thought they were out of my hearing, or thought that the beating had knocked me senseless.
Wait, Thackelbrow.
Thackelbrow.
Okay.
Yeah, bold.
Archibald.
Archibald.
Archibald Thackelbrow.
Archibald Thackelbrow.
Archibald.
Is he known to me in my street smarty kind of way?
You would know him. He is a human. He is of a peculiar tan.
Tan?
His skin is very tanned.
What, like
Oh.
a surfer or a fisherman tan?
Yeah, that kind of level of tan, and that's very strange to see on a human in this climb.
But you can get, like, tanned from the snow.
But the way that the sun works here
Yeah.
does not. It you know, you get a bit of whiteness, but you don't really get that intense heat here. So he is.
Is he known to be a good guy, bad guy?
A bit of a slimy individual, you might consider him. He will always cut the lowest bargain with the traders that come bearing their goods. He is very much the caravans that he controls are policed by what one might call thugs, definitely, and
Is that the marauding Eskimos?
sorry.
We have marauding Eskimos.
There are marauding Eskimos, halflings that live in.
Ergo, why you have his caravans are policed by thugs? Because there are marauding Eskimos.
There are. Owen, you would definitely know about the Eskimos that live out in the wastes. There is large halfling herders of those great big creatures, Screecher, the big furry things. They are normally herded by several different tribes of halfling. They come together for things like the Melora's Eye Festival, although they tend to gravitate toward Kakanzaks, being a slightly I don't know. Kakanzaks is a most welcoming place for all. It's so
they're
in the
tolerated
middle.
better.
It's like Moss Isley, a bit, I
Yay!
guess. But it's a reasonable place.
But that's where the Sletneys are in charge, isn't it?
Yes, indeed.
And Lord Sletney got shivved up at some point.
He
recently.
did. Lord Sletney is dead. Lord Les Sletney is dead as we speak.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
It wasn't what it was. Well, we heard about that at the same time as Illin Marcel.
Yeah.
So it's been a while.
A lot has happened.
Yeah.
I
So,
bet you it's only been like a week.
Leven might actually have been the one that told us about that.
had a lot of information at his hands.
So did you see like the white dove person, or did you see dark elfy people, or did you see orky people?
An interesting trick, wasn't it? They would come to me, all different forms and shapes. Sometimes they'd come as the dove, and sometimes they'd come as the dark elves, the drow. But one time when one of them had a little too much fill of fine ale, one came to bring me my slop that they call food, and I believe I saw their true face. An orc face. Spoke in a language I do not understand. Slurring. Awful. No offense, Jackson.
I'm going to switch to Orcish and sort of say, did it sound anything like this? And, you know.
That's the tongue I heard.
But does he...
Well,
he doesn't understand Orcish.
He'll go, yes, like that. That's what it sounds like.
No, I'm thinking is, he goes, I don't mean to insult orcs, and then he goes, and you might piss him off.
Oh, I meant no offense. I mean, the whole situation was awful. I believe...
And I just look at him and raise my eyebrows, like...
I believe the overall goal would be to dissolve any sort of guilt or any sort of control that would leave them open to charge whichever they wished, to be able to exploit and take advantage of the good people, the hard workers, and reap those bounties for themselves.
Yeah, to make people desperate to wish to sign up to people offering them a better life.
Indeed.
They have a church, ultimately.
We didn't hear nothing. Oh, hang on. There's a little kid gesturing at the dice.
Dice, right. And I take it off Lord Leven and I hand it to the child.
We did not hear anyone talking about that. I saw... Did we see? We saw dark elves. And then we found a place what we could hide under. And we hid in it. And then we heard something. And then a worm. And then you guys, and then running. And croissants. We heard that there was a way to get through in the sewer. That's why we was down there.
Who did you hear that from?
It was like, I think you call them an urban legend, but it turns out it wasn't urban legend, because we got in near all days and we didn't come out there.
I'm going to pull out the Maury pendant thing.
Yep.
Have you seen anyone with any of these?
Who are you asking?
Well, either. I'm going to show the kids mainly.
The kids TM. The kids plural.
Yeah. I mean, I'll show afterwards. I'll show it to Leven, but
the kids like, you've seen it written on the wall, like around a few places. That's like when we came out of that tunnel near old Griff's place. It was there, weren't it? On the wall. And it's been around a couple of places. I don't like it. I don't even like it there. I don't like it written, and I really don't like it like that on a string on a.
The tunnel you got into the entrance you got into the tunnels in
Yeah.
old days. Did it have one of those symbols nearby?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's like everywhere that is, it makes you feel like something's watching you. Like it's not a mouth, but like it's an eye. Like an eye in a mouth. That's stupid. But that's what it's like, innit? Yeah, but it sounds stupid. Yeah, but I had to say it. You're not supposed to talk, I've got the dice.
I was going to say, how many kids are you right now?
7.
Well, that's most helpful. Thank you.
That's alright, Erwin. Would you like these now?
Do you reckon that if you and Erwin put your heads together, you could let him know where you got in your tunnel there all days?
Yeah. Easy.
Cool. Brilliant.
And
Easy.
I put my hand out to take the dice back. Right. And then I hand it back to Lord Leven.
We must be careful about this. That we must not spook Thackelbrow. I believe that he may try and cover up.
Can't we just go and find him and ask him?
You can, of course, but
Sorry, carry on.
I think this should be something done with a certain sense of stealth and discretion.
Sorry, just quickly.
Sorry.
When you're done dying.
Yeah, about done.
You done?
Yeah.
Cool. You know...
No, I'm not.
No, you're not. Are you okay? You sure?
No, I'm gonna get a drink. Go on, ask me. I'll go get
Oh, you know Thackelbrow?
Thackelbrow.
That's right, Karen. Good.
Right. Didn't you say that he... something about trading
Yes,
meat?
he is a trader.
Didn't you say something about trading meat, though?
Yeah.
Whale meat.
Yeah, did we pass something like that when we went to the market, when we found the, whatchamacallit guy for the fizz jar?
Who's Joe?
Yeah,
Feathers.
Feathers.
yeah, feathers. Didn't we see someone selling...
There was a trader selling meat, yeah.
So would that have been him, do you...
He might have been someone underemployed or...
Okay.
Yeah, he sounds like, Jet can correct me, he sounds like someone who deals in the upper end. He's like the COO of a trading caravan company sort of thing.
Yeah, this guy's like
he has people doing the trading and the...
It's like he gets his hand dirty, but not doing those kind of
graft.
jobs.
Yeah, he doesn't do the graft.
He makes sure the shops run okay, and he gets his cut. He makes sure the caravans come and go, and he makes sure they're protected. And
Yeah.
he's an organizer. He's the man in the middle.
Because I was just like, it just clicked then as you were talking. Sorry, I had to
That's
ask.
cool. No,
Because I was
No.
just like, didn't we?
No, yeah, you're quite right. No,
Yeah.
exactly. Like,
Well,
I mean, now you're putting things together, and you're
Yeah.
figuring out that if there's meat, it must come through some machinations of this individual.
My brain's actually working this week, unlike last time we played. So
and your question, you're on good tracks,
cool.
all of you.
Right, I need to go and get a drink now. 'cause my throat's starting to go.
So Leven says,
Why I ask for a manner of decorum in this investigation, Jackson, is the people. There are good people under the employ of Fackelbrow. And he, I worry, will... I don't know what he will do, but I don't think he holds their lives in a high regard.
Oh, he goes, ow, 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 stop hitting me, I'll tell you everything I want to know.
How often does that actually work?
Is there anyone in particular that works for him that you're thinking of?
Myself? No, I'm afraid my status does not allow me to know, or I've not had the pleasure or privilege to know by name any of these employ.
Insight.
yeah.
Because no offence, he stuttered a bit when I asked that. More than normal.
I think he's actually just embarrassed. He's just no the common man. It's like
12.
You think
It's the highest I've got so
you
far.
think Leven is actually being sincere in this? You think that he has a genuine love of the common folk, and
Okay.
that he was trying his very best with what he had, but his level of ability to cope with it was not that of a regent, and that he feels that he still wishes to do the very best.
Okay. Cool.
yeah. So this is to quote David Jacobi in The Gladiator. I may not be of the people, but I do try to be for the people.
Okay. Cool. See, that I get.
Indeed, that's what I'm trying to say.
See, the film references and stuff like that, I get. A lot of the stuff that you say, I'm like,
Get Dr.
you were?
Dots.
Yeah.
He says,
I left my drink outside, sorry. I was listening to you and I was listening to you and I was like, wait a second.
information important. Leven says,
I'd like to look at the city.
and he out of bed, legs are swung out of bed, and he stands a bit stiffly, and his broad
Or a cane or something, or a stick.
yeah, you
I think with a
can,
cane.
yeah. There's a walking aid, and you can take it to him, and
Thank you, Erwin.
and he makes his way to the window.
If not, I just look at the kids and I'm like, like tilting my head to the side so they kind of go, oh, and go and help him.
And he goes to the
You're
window,
being carried out the window. Whee!
and he looks out on the city, and he says, and he looks out, and from this tower you can see the way that this window looks out over the city towards the wastes, the walls
Yep.
that meet the wastes, and you see that you can see like clouds roiling on the horizon, and storms blowing across those ice plains, and the meagre heat of the sun rising to the left, and just
No place
making
like
a
home.
glow slightly where it hits the ice and reflects in these kind of dappled patches, and you see the comings and goings through the town, and you hear the odd market crier out in the town, and then you see the darkened, blackened area that's burnt, the underetch,
All smoking.
that's that the smoke still rises from, but you can hear sounds of great industry, great doings, lots of more. The sound of that is more overpowering than normally the crying of the market and the general hustle and bustle. There is
That's impressive.
stuff happening this side of the town. As Leven says,
Good. They're to work. Early. we'll make it right. With at least one of the gods. And our good king. I believe we can right this wrong.
It's a good start.
You think so, Owen?
Look over. Mm-hmm.
Very good. What about that seat of learning the king talked about to you?
Crap, our character. What? Sorry.
He was going to put a school in and sort of.
He was gonna-
trade and stuff.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Build an educational facility to raise up, basically, to help that the less fortunate, the ones not bred into money or a guild or a family with money, to bring them education, to make them able to make informed decisions and hopefully not fall to that of crime and debauchery. To try and raise a general living, but starting with the young.
What's not going to be a tough place? I think the king's doing good.
You lived and breathed it for all your life, correct?
Yeah. Down there. Point.
I'm sorry that you've... Much of what you know is in ash. We're going to rebuild it. We're going to build it better, but not our better. We've asked local leaders, and I believe you know one of them, Mab. Just Mab. Never heard of someone just called Mab. Anyway,
I'm just called Erwin. You don't get surnames, you ain't got family.
I suppose not. Another honor I never even thought about.
Most people don't. And why would they? Why do they need to? Everyone has their own lives. They live them. They deal with all the things that are difficult for them.
And you know what I find more difficult for me? Is the more I get to know good, honest folk, like you folks, who have come from, well, I know Gillian has royal blood, but I know little of Jackson, and of yourself, you are just of the streets here. And I am of the cloth, of course. Yes, Charlie, I understand that. But good common folk. I wonder why I've been playing these games all my life. But it emboldens my resolve to carry on the good work that I started, yet did not have the capacity to orchestrate on my own.
You're going to get pushback.
Sorry, say again.
You're going to get pushback.
I know.
Most nobles won't want a educated common people. Educated people think.
For themselves.
True.
And people make money off the back of a common man.
It will be.
They'll start asking for more money.
It will be very difficult, I admit, for some of the nobles to understand, and it is by royal decree.
That'll help.
So they will
But-
have to, like we said, they'll have to adapt, like Jackson and Killian have. Indeed, Charles. They will have to adapt.
Just make sure the king has some good bodyguards.
Well, Carlos is back.
Yes, Carleth is back. Although, I'm not sure how long for.
What do you mean?
Right, where's he going?
You'll have to speak to the king about that. Anyway, I'm sure you have other matters to attend to. I know I do. I'm going to try and make my way down and see how the build goes.
How the what goes?
The building.
The underedge. You're going to the underedge? You just left there. Are you sure that's totally wise?
I am not. But I feel I need to show a face that I hope the folk of the underedge will come to trust.
Or at least be a guard or two.
I shall not go alone. Not after my last experience. Even from my own home, I was able to be spirited away.
Well, you can guarantee your home is totally safe.
Was it Sprites?
No, it wasn't Sir Sprites. It took him.
I will be investing in a different method of protection, I think.
Like what? Invisibility? Do you know how hard it was to actually try and investigate your disappearance when you couldn't even get through the door?
Yeah.
Exactly. I thought
Garden?
I thought impenetrable.
Your security's pretty good, I must admit.
They were better.
Yeah. Like I said, it was pretty good.
We shall see. I will have to communicate with Kakanzex and see if we can find a method around it. Good day, anyway. And shall we take a quick break because we're at 9:20?
Okay.
Yeah.
Break. Get yourself some lemon sip or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that camera falling over? Oh, because you're moving the table.
Yeah.
So we're having a bit of a zoom.
Everyone ready?
Yes.
I believe so.
Okay.
Go
Right.
ahead.
Oh no, I'm going to be dipping in the ice cream as well. So,
Yeah.
welcome back.
We're coming for
Welcome back, Fragments. Yeah, you are kind of ushered while Leven conducts ablutions.
So we're going to have a chat with the king and Carla. You want to go down to the place, but we want to go there too because Irvin wants to see where the fire started. So do you want to come with us? And then we can make sure you don't get kidnapped again.
Your offer of company would be most appreciated, yes.
Okay, we'll see you in a bit. We're just going to go and see the king.
I'll get dressed.
Wait, have we been talking to him while he's naked?
No, he's in like a
Dressing gown.
Nightgown or something.
There goes little nightcap.
It was when you said, I'll get dressed. I was like, wait a minute.
His sort of Scrooge outfit.
Yeah,
yeah.
an Ebenezer-esque thing. So he says, "I'll get dressed," and then there's a set attending servants that comes seemingly from nowhere.
Out from the bed, from the wardrobe, this explodes. What?
We're just like, wait, what? I need to meet some of these.
The kids are back on you, and you are fully armoured with children.
Talk about getting dressed again.
I love that, fully child armoured.
And you walk out into the corridor, and then there's this.
Has Gilfy.
Turn round, wide-eyed and terrified, and looking up at Charlie.
Gilfy's awake, everybody.
Hello, Charlie's dying. He's attached to him. Oh no, I'll attach the monster to me.
What do I do?
Gilfy, fear I may have to go to the kitchens.
I'm going to try and calm Gilfy down.
Animal handling check? What, is there anything you're using? Have you got anything on you? You're gonna...
No, it's more kind of like, doing the cockatoo.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Ollie. That kind of thing.
Yeah. It's double digits. Yay, 14.
We're at 14. I don't know what I'd roll against that. That's just a DC, wouldn't it, really? It kind of calms down from the screeching, but it's kind of like it seems like it's almost like telling you something in like little feathers ruffling, and then
I'll probably remove my hands before it removes my fingers. It's like,
I think it's hungry.
yes, I believe it's hungry.
We'll go to the kitchens, which are within this area.
Yeah, yes.
And
Good luck.
of course.
Fingers.
So Charlie will walk to the kitchens and get Gilfy fed. That's where Charlie's going.
As Charlie leaves, I'm going to count that all 3 kids are still attached to me somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all right now.
As soon as they hear the word kitchen, they're like, huh? So I'm like, wait.
They're much lighter. Oh, kids go.
It's like, wait, where are they? Right.
I don't know, being how massive and scaled you are, like how well they would.
Oh yeah, you're gigantic in comparison to these kids.
like it'd be like having a tick or something. Okay, you'll start wending your way up
Carrying
the.
upstairs to the throne room, isn't it?
Sorry, yeah. Well,
ballroom
you're
and
nearly
then
there.
the
You got the ballroom.
Ballroom.
Ballroom and. Oh, come on. And then
I liked it. Go.
and several antechambers to proceed through.
Oh, less liking that.
And eventually you are into the throne room, and there are people to the side of this room. There is a table set up that looks like it has been breakfasted at. The other sides of the colonnade of pillars.
I assume we don't just burst in. I assume there's guards on the door to the throne room. And things like that.
There are guards that kind of courteously nod. You guys have.
We just stroll in like we own the place. What you on about?
Well, there hasn't been an ask of an invitation or anything like this. They've just waved you through each time so far.
In other words, they don't give a shit who we are, or they know who we are, and they're like.
Your second assumption, I think, is more correct. Your notoriety and your fame has risen quite considerably in the last few months. You have defeated a vast sea army. You have
In front of the entire city, they were all like watching. It was quite cool.
Yeah.
You have defeated a
It
whole
was
sea,
quite
like
epic.
people across that whole ice bridge that was about to be decimated. Just stop that happening, which is nice.
This is nice.
No shit.
And then you've also saved a king
Yeah.
from an evil, dark, soul-sucking thing.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Pointed out the imbecile Illin.
Mm-hmm.
And you have and you've done all the other stuff, like save the burning city, uncovered all kinds of things, saved Mouth Leven. Yeah, you've done a lot.
Wait, what was that?
You saved Mouth Leven.
Okay, I thought you said Mel Flegan.
Mel Flegan. No, that's
I
a
was like,
different
who's Mel
character.
Flegan?
Melf. No, Melf is that.
No, Mel Flegan.
Mel Flegan.
Mel Flegan.
Oh, Mel Flegan. Oh, we all know about Mel Flegan, you know.
So I was like,
Everyone knows about Mel.
So I was like, who's Mel Flegan?
Mel. Melanie Flegan.
Melanie Fleggett.
That's actually quite
But
hard.
now there is now Mel Fleggin. It's got to be Mel Fleggin now.
Yeah,
That's
there
great.
will be. I'm going to put it down.
Mel
We'll
Fleggin.
invent Mel Fleggin. Mel
Mel
Fleggin. Double Gen. You might as well put that in your notes, Matt, because coming up.
You're about to meet him.
next
you,
NBC.
you see at the table with a book
Yep.
propped up. Illin.
Illin
Marcel.
Illin Marcel.
Marcel. What one was that?
He's the
He was
doctor
the
that
kind of
was
guy that was
hungry.
trying to help.
Oh, the creepy guy that was trying to help the king.
Yeah, that took
Oi.
all of the medication.
Where did you get the pink crystal stuff from?
Yeah. He goes back to his book.
Oh, it's the king in the room. Quick, it's the king in the room.
The king is over at the throne. Yeah.
Because I'm probably ignoring Jackson this one.
Yeah.
I'm at least going to show deference to our liege lord here, and basically drop down to my single knee sort of thing. My lord, apologise for the interruption. While he's going, "Right."
Yeah. Where do you go, Kills, in this phase? Are you following Jackson to go and interrogate Illin?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you kneel down, Owen, and you're expecting your party to go, and then off to the right you hear
I love how-
footsteps and like, oi!
I love how Owen's like,
Where did you get
I'll
your
kneel down. And it's like when you said you expect it, and Owen's like, no, I don't.
No.
No way. No,
And
no.
behind you there is no one left, and then the king looks up and he looks up, sees you, and then you see the eyes glance past with you to, and he has like a like some sort of scripture, like paperwork in the hand, and he just turns, cocks a head, and looks at Jackson, and this is where you say to Illin, when you find the Christian, he goes, hang on. And Illin's back to his book.
I'm gonna he's like a gnome or a halfling or something. He's something small.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just sort of on the top of his head.
You're disturbing me.
I have questions about down in the room downstairs. You had a big ball thing that had a personal pinky crystal thing in it.
Yes, you like that one. It had a big zappy thing. It can do shooties.
Where did the crystal come from?
Well,
Does he remember?
Oh God,
He does remember.
long time ago.
He
I love
goes,
that. Does he remember? It's like, oh no.
well, in my younger years, I was a bit of a gad. Would you believe it? Me? A gad? And
Oh,
it's true. Absolutely true. Look at these eyes. Would they lie?
would they know the truth if it bit him on the butt?
I think you've broken John.
What was the question?
Where did you get the pink crystal from?
Ah, yes, the crystal. Well, there was a trip.
Wait, as in a trip or a trip?
I might be having one of those now, but no. A journey, and well, we went to the knots.
The knots.
Yeah. To the Jordan knots. And
Okay, yeah.
kayaking. Have you ever been in a kayak?
I'm not a fan of boats.
Exhilarating. Most wonderful. Nothing but a little bit of plywood and your bottom.
That must have been very cold.
Like I said, exhilarating. Kayaking up the knot, and it just happened. Well, when you can stop along the way, and there's all kinds of things you can see and experience, and a little bit of potholing. I'm good at potholing. I'm small, Look how small I am. I'm about this. That's small. And inside. Well, one of them, there was one of these things, and I picked it up, and it was so cool and tiny, and, well, I've had, dabblings in all kinds of things, and, well, fascinating, like, when you combine these things with some of the mechanical devices that make them whir and tick without winding, gave life for things. So, my spare time, started using it for various things, and, yeah.
So did you have more of this stuff?
Me? No, there's the one. That little one. Did you ever touch it?
I licked it.
You saw.
I licked.
And his composure changes. You saw.
I felt.
That was one of the most terrifying experiences I've ever had in my entire existence. My perspective has never been quite the same since. Anyway, I'm back. Yes, Nigeria knots, kayaking, highly recommended.
While he's talking, can I be like looking over his shoulder at the book that he's looking at? What is it?
Are you trying to sneak round and look at it?
No, not at all. I'm looking over his shoulder.
Okay,
Because I'm
so
assuming he's like
he's the
sat
far
down.
he's the far side of the table like this. There's a long bench here. He's there.
Oh, because I thought like Jax had gone round and tapped him on the head from
You
behind.
wouldn't need to. Jax would kind of dong, dong, dong.
Oh, okay. Well, I walk round
Hmm.
and look over his shoulder.
Um,
I'm not even like discreet about it. I'm
Yeah.
just like,
You see him scrawling.
yeah.
He made a good pretense that he was writing something,
Uh-huh.
but there's no writing.
Yeah.
It's just shapes.
Okay, and what shapes are
It's a lot of scribbling, so you're going to have to kind of decipher it. So I'd say an intelligence, straight up intelligence.
they? You only just realised there's something ice cream in front of you.
Wait, not to be speaking like a crazy gnome.
You are a crazy name. I think it was when you said, look at these eyes. These eyes lie. I think that's what broke John. Intelligence.
Yeah,
okay.
straight up intelligence, please.
So, intelligence. Oh. 19.
Oh my god.
I know.
Brilliant.
Killian is clever.
He is a smart.
You peer at it,
He be
and
smart.
beneath the scrawlings that are written over hundreds and hundreds of times,
Yeah.
you see crystalline formations.
Sorry, what formations?
Crystalline
Oh, okay, that isn't what my brain heard. but
formations, like geodesic,
Yeah.
natural, like formations, like the evolution of crystal.
Yeah.
You see an image of a globe,
Yeah.
that you recognise to be the same as the globe that you saw
Down
beneath.
in the tunnels. That we didn't pick up because we forgot because there was a fire.
If we were trying to escape the collapsing sewer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, there was a fire. Kind of didn't pick it up because of that. But yeah, so it's that globe.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
All around this crystalline shape.
Yeah.
Stars. Hundreds of tiny stars drawn. And then he turns a page, turns back,
Sorry.
and it's... As he's turning back, you realise it's almost like a flip book.
Okay. Can I take the book off him?
You can try.
Yeah, can I try?
Yeah. See what happens.
Do I need to do anything?
No.
Okay, I'll take the book off him.
I was working on that.
I just want to see.
He starts rocking.
I get one of the kit. What one's got the hand axe?
Nothing thing.
The tiefling. I get one of the kids and I sit the kid on the table where the book was, facing the massacre.
With an axe.
Yeah. And what did
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a staring competition and a half. It's a tiefling, an axe, and then there's a halfling with crazy eyes.
Yeah, he's got
Like-
a pen, the other one's got an axe. Do the wrong way on. He's like,
I can just see a moth flying past and suddenly frying and it goes. It's like,
so I flick through the book.
you see, you realise that the scribbling is to represent blackness
Okay.
and dark,
Okay.
space.
the void.
Okay.
And as you turn the page, this binding, as you
Yeah.
flicker the pages, you see that there is this rotation of this crystal form.
So the crystal form, not the globe.
Crystal form is moving towards the globe in the image, tumbling.
Remember that mages called down the crystal onto the earth and cracked it.
Yeah.
That's why he's seen the fall.
So is it Shardfell?
Shardfall.
Shardfall. Not Shardfell. Shardfall.
Mm-hmm.
Sharded fell.
So yeah, so it's that he's...
You make
Sure,
an
it's
assumption.
like that,
You've seen
separated.
crystal. You think this is a similar crystalline form, though there's all in black and black in space. There's
Yeah.
no colour in this.
Yeah. Okay. So I pick the kid back up and give him his book back.
Straight back to work. More noodling and doodling.
Okay.
Is that the king?
What one?
That one.
The crazy one?
They're gesturing towards the bloke in the throne.
Is that the king?
Yeah, the guy just be trying to ignore what's going on in his own throne room.
Yeah, we're going to head over there and check.
Yeah, and I turn around and I'm like, it's rude to point.
And they start pointing at each other.
Stop being rude to me! Stop being rude to me! Stop being rude to me! You're being rude first.
I will bite your fingers off.
Make a deception check.
Oh, I wasn't... I would say it was intimidation.
Okay, make an intimidation check.
These are kids. That's the only thing that works on them. Food and intimidation.
It's how I was brought up. Well, Killian.
Military family.
18.
They believe you.
Yeah.
And they go. Yeah. So you have these few moments with the king, Owen, before they come over.
I've nothing to say to the king.
The king looks up and looks at them and then says,
Nice house.
looks at
You'll
them,
be well.
a kind of a cocked head.
Good morning, Master Owen.
Good morning, my liege.
He got called the Master Erwin. Ooh.
What troubles you this fine morning?
Tying up loose ends, my lord.
There seem to be a fair few.
We're trying our best.
I don't hold this to you. I'm merely commenting that the more we look into this, the more it seems to... Have you ever heard tale of the Hydra?
No, my lord. I have not.
A Hydra is a beast with many heads upon great long necks, and the rumour is if you cut one, another will grow. That's how the story goes.
You fear you're dealing with a Hydra, my lord?
It is the metaphor for this, so intricately woven within, it seems, everything. It has left me puzzling and sleepless at night. Whatever you can do to aid in this, I wholeheartedly support. Although I do not hold you to it.
Oh, my lord. When your enemy has the upper hand, that's when you start causing mischief. Your enemies, my lord, are organised. They've had time to dig in. They have resources that need to be expended, but no resource is infinite. If, point to the two over there, if they would be willing, we could get their attention, draw them out, make them expend copious amounts of resources to chase us down and deal with us. That way you and yours can have better chance of removing issues and threats without excessive consequences. Mundane consequences only.
I do not wish to use you as bait.
We're good at that. And I think we have the right kind of cheese.
You mean you have the ability to cause enough trouble and annoy them quite so much as to raise their ire against you. I can see that. As he glances over to the others, I can see that. They're working in a different way, don't they?
They're mundane. Their thinking is mundane. They're working in the society. They may be trying to pull it apart, but their thinking is normal. Power, wealth, bringing people in who are either desperate enough or desirous enough that can be manipulated.
I was mentioning your friends as how they think. They work differently.
Oh, that's why it will work, sir. They won't be able to outthink them.
I believe you may be right in that. And then at this point, Jackson, Killian approach, and Master Jackson and Master Killian.
Morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
What ails you, each of you? Have you finished bullying Illin, the poor fool?
Well, we were asking him about his pink crystal.
Yes, I've heard tale that he had one in my underneath our noses.
We've got it in a safe place now.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah. Well, no, because the bigger one ate it.
The bigger one ate it.
Actually, my lord, this is probably not a good time to ask about it.
We got a bigger pink crystal, and the little pink crystal floated around a little bit, and then it went dunk and became part of the bigger pink crystal.
Yeah.
Oh. These...
The bigger one ate it.
These crystals... I'm told... Even I've managed to decipher some of Illin's ramblings. After seeing some of the automata that he had created, they had contained power. You're aware that they can.
The crystals seem to give an animating force to mechanical devices.
Do you think that it might be something we could harness?
For what?
I think it's alive.
Well, our enemies use these. Or Illin uses this, and he can fire laser beams from a mechanical device, or so he says.
Yeah, it sort of did that. We tipped it over and it stopped doing that.
Yes. And, is it something... I mean, in the right hands?
Yeah.
Dangerous thoughts, my lord.
How so, Master Owen?
The crystals give off visions.
Yes.
They are either something to be feared or something that draws people to it. The religion of the Moor is inspired, not controlled by these visions, my lord. This is not a power that's really meant for this world. It's not something to be harnessed. It's something to be feared. And the crystal heals itself. I don't know, but I have a suspicion that it wants to become whole again. All of it.
You reckon the crystal's alive?
I think it has a sentience. I mean,
Oh,
it's
like
like you and me.
your like head talk thing and talk to it.
Probably, maybe if there's a conscience there, maybe. We need to give it a go.
Anyway, we got it locked away because, like, apparently, like, it draws things to it and like bad stuff happens. So we've kind of got it locked away at the moment. And I suggested that we might use it as bait and like sort of try and catch some of these Maori people, so we can ask them questions.
Again, Owen talks of using you as bait. You talk of using crystals as bait. You are very much wanting to be on the hook.
They burnt down the under edge.
I know.
I think we've pissed this thing off a lot already, so I'd rather find it and make it dead.
You believe this is a malign force that is beyond these petty organisations?
I think it's manipulating them. Not maybe not consciously, but it's giving them visions and they're interpreting it in their own way.
I see.
I could be wrong. Of course I could be wrong.
So what do
What
you
do I know?
intend to do? Like I
we're
said, I
not-
hold you to nothing. You are free individuals. Your service is to modern Salah more than I could ask for. I am here and I am awake and I am present to once again see over my kingdom.
And you got Carlos and people back too from like Southgate.
Ah. They are here for now, but not for long.
Why? Where are they going?
I intend to send them to look for my son.
Mm.
Can I suggest you send like the current captain of the guard and keep like Carlos and his lot around you to like keep you like safe and the city better?
Did you not describe to them the circumstances of his disappearance?
Out of character, I don't remember.
Yeah. I was
And,
gonna-
and,
I-
and
It's
to me,
been a while.
you certainly described to the king.
They were a bit shit, was what your words were.
No, I'm not talking about the. No, I'm like, I think he's meaning to be telling him about him going into a grave in a
Vanishing into
and
the earth.
disappearing. Like,
I think you did.
Yeah. There was a
But, like,
conversation had at some point.
there was a big blobby stitched together dead thing that came out when we like opened it again. Because like when I used his crystal thing, I saw him in a box banging on the inside of a coffin.
Oh, grim. Actually, did you just sorry, just out of character, did you just tell the king that?
Yeah.
Oh, my eyes are on the carpet. I am not looking up.
And I think Serial, who has been talking to the king, would share her vision, which was him crawling out.
On the ice, the ice bridge that wasn't an ice bridge, it was a bloody body bridge or something.
Yeah.
Flesh and bone and gross things.
And you would send like your best guards in there and probably never see him again.
Well, who does one send? People I know who will definitely fail and die. The current guard.
Yeah.
Or the people I trust with my life, who I have also trusted with my son's life.
Or you don't send anyone because he's an idiot and he went there on his own.
Excellent.
My son, he emphasizes my son, is a different boy. We embrace people's differences and we learn to get along with them. His mistakes and misdemeanors mean nothing to me other than him being alive.
Okay.
Somebody cast a shrinking spell on me. I want to be smaller.
You already are small.
I need to be smaller.
Enlarge reduce.
Pretty sure he's dead. Well, why don't you ask like Serial to like use her Paulie thing and look for him again?
Serial, when I did ask. And she looked, and she explained that it is not an exact science, an exact method looking through this orb, this scrying device. Where her mind took her was not to my son. Where her mind took her was to thoughts of home. And she saw... She said she saw all of Gargamel bare of leaf.
So like winter.
Gargamel is never bare of leaf. Always something grows. She said she saw stark branches against the pale blue sky. Crows pecking at roots. And has thus made haste for home. Fearing the worst.
My liege, how would one
Speak
go
your
about
mind, Owen, please.
finding your son?
Say again, sorry.
How would one go about finding your son?
I have plans to dispatch Karleth and a small contingent to Kansax to speak with the mage there, Litiana, whom is of great power. And as much as we allow the practice of experimental magics there, being in my kingdom, there are certain requests one may ask as a king, and I intend to ask her to open a gate of sorts.
You mean like he did to get to where he is?
Exactly, Master King.
You know where one is. If you want to like track him, surely you go in the same way he did.
This portal you speak of was in a grave, I believe, yes? In Southgate.
Yeah, in Southgate. It was in... It was in... Baron Brantifax's place.
Yes.
It was his daughter's grave.
Yes, that poor child. That portal seems not open now. It seems to be just a
Well,
deep...
so you've tried that one already?
I have sent people to investigate, and it is mundane.
Oh.
It's just a grave with the poor skeleton of a young child within.
Nothing else. No other skeletons.
There was a large mass of rotting meat nearby.
You might want to make sure they have enchanted weapons. Because, like, normal ones didn't seem to do squat against them things.
Yeah.
We shall be asking another Kansaxian resident, Gretch.
Gretch.
It was Doug.
Oh, no, we're not talking to Dirge. Who is Dirge?
Doug, the Orc Smith out there.
I know not of this Dirge.
Doug, he was at the brothel he was like the one you run.
So, which was that? Sorry.
Julian's.
Julian's? Yeah, he doesn't know. Dirge knows about that, but
No.
Dirk.
Dirk was playing Julian in the back room,
yeah.
and Julian was working for the king.
So it's like you just said, the king. Yeah, the one you run.
The king runs the brothel.
I do not run a
Actually, I don't know. So carry on.
I do not run a
I'm
brothel.
looking at Jackson like, what?
Like down at the square place.
I say again to you, Jackson, I do not run a brothel.
Like
At this point, the kind of door opens and in marches in Leven, says, "Ah, my liege, good morning," and bows. What? You look flustered, my liege. Are these?
Perhaps we should get going.
What seems to be the trouble? Jackson here was just informing me that I run a brothel. Ah, Master Jackson. Are you talking about Julian's?
Yeah.
I'm now doing the what? Tennis thing going on now.
We have employee, my liege, deep undercover within the underbelly of evil. And we have had a front as part of a brothel. Oh. 10 years asleep and you miss a few things then, hey? Apparently I do run a brothel.
Well, Dirk was like there because he was playing Julian at something. He's a smith out of Canada.
An interesting fellow. No, I do not seek a simple blacksmith. I seek a trader in arcane weaponry.
Did we meet
Okay. I thought that was Dirk.
Gretch?
Sorry, say again, Jax?
I thought that was Dirk, but okay.
No.
Look at someone else.
As far as we know, that this Dirk is a simple blacksmith.
Okay.
Gretch.
Gretch. Yeah, I thought we met Gretch.
You have not met Gretch.
Are you sure we haven't met Gretch?
You have met Gretch. Gretch has been at Kakanzak's all this time.
Dirk was in Julian's.
Dirk was in Julian's. He was the orc.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Have we met Gretch?
No.
Are you sure we haven't met Gretch? I remember meeting a Gretch. I remember hearing that name.
You've met Grench.
Grench.
Grench Strongfist.
Was Grench on the boat?
Grench was on the boat.
Ah, you need to not make these names so similar.
So, Grench is a dwarf.
Yeah.
Gretch is a goblin. I can give you Gretch's full name if you want. It's very, very long.
Yeah.
But Gretch is trustworthy.
Why do I feel like if I say no, you're going to tell me?
No, I won't tell you if you don't want to know it. It is a very, very long, stupid name that I made up.
Oh, well, I'm not
So we probably need to talk to them too.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me then, where do you go from here? What path do you follow?
We were going to go with Feathers to...
Feathers?
I can't remember what her name is. She wears lots of feathers. She's part of the animal sanctuary place out at Fulja.
Rita?
Oh.
Not Rita.
Somdig Fuja. That's a name I've not heard or thought about in quite some time. Obviously I've been asleep for 10 years, but before then, strange one, that one.
We were going to head that way and maybe have a look in at the shard fall there, because apparently the pink crystal grows there like a lot, or that was what crashed or whatever.
Yes. Then you have my leave to go.
Hey, my lord.
Just a quick question. Strange in how?
was never one to really deal, somewhat like your friend Jackson here. The niceties of court were not something they were familiar with. They'd much rather be mucking out beasts than dining at a king's table.
Animals are generally nicer than people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at the door.
Leaving.
Owen's just like,
I'm leaving. Oh yeah, our friends. I'll wait for them. But I'm at the door.
Yeah.
It's like Owen is going to be first out that door.
Master Killian, these appendages.
What? Oh. Yeah. Don't ask.
Well, I was actually going to ask Carla, but you'll do because I can't find him. So, like, this is Janice Dragon Rider, and that's Tasha, and that's Mikhail, and like, I gave them some weapons so they could like look after themselves a bit while we were in the tunnels with where Lord Leven was. But I was wondering if you could find someone to teach them how to use them properly.
Young. Let's have a look at you then.
And I like peel each child off me and stand them
Peel.
on the floor in front of the king, like in a row.
One of them's trouser leg is rolled right up.
And I just indicate to his trouser leg and I'm like,
What?
I just glare at him and go,
Like half tucked in shirt. Tucks in the shirt.
You didn't like his surname then?
Oh,
Dragon
good.
Rider. Yeah, I like it. Janice Dragon Rider. So, Janice Dragon Rider. Mikhail and Tasha. Do you have noble hearts? Do we have? We've got noble hearts, yeah.
Well, out of a bag.
Ah!
Do you swear to do your duty to your liege lord?
it's,
That's me.
while this is going on, I'm kind of stood almost like, I've moved like almost behind the king and I'm just stood there with my arms folded looking at each of the kids like,
Yeah, we do. Yeah, yeah.
I'm ready, this is.
And do you wish to be trained in the ways of martial prowess? What's that mean, Killian?
do you want to learn to fight properly?
Oh yeah!
Oi!
Yes, my lord. Then very well. You three
Bed.
shall hereby be known
Bed. Bed.
as the White Riders of Mordensow.
White Riders?
A little bit.
And you shall receive training that we will give. We are taken under the wing of us here, and we shall look after you. Each of you will have a talent, I'm sure, and we will foster that. If that is your wish, Master Jackson, it is the least we can do for these three wayward scamps.
And they're like, that's so cool.
If that is all I have And a guy comes in, a page comes in with another stack of scrolls. I have this.
And I'm stood there, still like at the kids, like the second one.
Oh, thank you, my lord. And the goblin bows, his nose touches the floor. You're stupid, you are. You're stupid. Don't point, it's rude. And this.
Why do I feel like you have way too much fun playing them kids?
I have fun playing all of them.
Subtle hints. Don't worry.
Yeah.
and you're kind of led out. You meet Erwin by the door.
Yes.
So
I shall
are
be
the kids
doorboy
staying in
and-
this room, or are they coming back out with us?
There is the king summons some sort of individual who says, "I will take care of the children."
Is this in case we all die? We now have our new characters ready for the next campaign.
This is it. You're investing in these new characters. You're like,
I'm being the goblin. I'm just looking at this guy like,
they'll be in safe hands. Do not worry.
and I bend down to him. I'm like, any trouble, I'll be the first to know.
Make a perception check.
As you're being pickpocketed.
That's no.
Yeah.
Oh no. I'm 15.
You just catch Mikhail as he does this.
And I just look at him and raise my my non-existent eyebrows.
It's like just that kind of bony ridge.
Yeah.
It's like,
Eye widens slightly.
promise.
But also, any trouble, and I will be the first to know from either of you.
Alright.
So it's either way,
Alright.
you behave.
When do we get our first sword? I've already got an axe, says Tasha. But I want a sword, more reach. No, I'm going to keep this axe.
That's fine, you keep the axe. But try not to slice anyone's shins before your proper training, please.
They haughtily march off. We're Royal Guard now, Killian! Bye! As they marched off down the corridor.
I'll give him a salute. They walk past.
And they just, and Mikhail's doing this with his arms. And he's like, carries on, marching off down the corridor. Okay, it's coming on to the afternoon time, folks. So I think your excursion next takes you to
City.
Underwich, to the streets,
Underwich with Lord Leven.
with Mouth Leven in tow. Yeah.
It's coming up to my bedtime, I feel like. I'm like,
We can stop there if you want and do the scene later, so if we can expand that a bit
Okay.
better.
Yeah, it's probably wise you can get it all that done in one go, if you don't mind.
Yeah. And rather than splitting that
Sorry.
scene, shall we just call it to a close here, and then
Yeah,
we'll have a
fine.
nice sort of bit of some investigation and tracking type stuff going on in the Underwich. Yeah.
is this going to Underwich then in the next bit?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yep.
That would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We should finish. We can maybe start there with. Okay,
I'm going to
Cool.
stop
Sorry,
the
guys.
recording. Hold on,
that's
there we
fine.
go.
It's fine. It's fine.
There we go.